Hello, sensitive souls. Stephanie Redfeather here, and this is part 2 of a short video series that I am offering to give you a deeper look inside my new book, The Evolutionary Empath. I've been getting questions and comments, and so I wanted to highlight a few things about the book so that you could have a better idea to determine if it's for you, if you feel it would be valuable, if it could help you or someone else in your life. So what I want to focus on today in this moment is kind of the level the book is written at. I have a friend who said, "Am I going to understand this?" And I said, yes. You don't, to understand this book, to get something out of it, you don't have to know what an empath is. You just need to be curious. It is written very conversationally. It is very inviting. It is very explanatory. So don't feel like there's something that you already have to know or be familiar with to be able to get the medicine, if you will, to get what you're supposed to get out of this book. It is, depending on where you are in your journey, there's something for everybody. So is this book for you? I can pretty much say yes, and I'm not saying that just to try to promote the book and get you to buy a copy. If you have no idea what an empath is, this book is for you because it will help define it and give examples and give you perspective. If you know that you're an empath, but you really don't know much more than that, like it's a new realization, you're like, okay, I'm sensitive, but I don't know where to go with it, this book is for you because it's going to give you a bigger picture perspective of why you are this way, but it's also going to give you a bunch of tools to help you manage your energies and live a thriving life. If you have known you've been sensitive for a long time and you have a pretty good toolbox, this book is also for you because there's some things in here that you're not going to find anyplace else that talks about being an empath. There is no one else that I know of that goes to the level of detail that I do to talk about where we are in the cycle of ascension. There's a concept of, it's not the right word, there's a cycle of time, and it's called the Great Year, and it is a 24,000 year cycle. Some people say 26, and there's a reason for that discrepancy, and I subscribe to the 24,000 year model. And for 12,000 of those years, humanity is ascending in consciousness. And for 12,000 years, we are descending in consciousness. And so I spend a whole chapter talking about this to really back up to the farthest level that I possibly can to give you the perspective to locate yourself inside of this conversation of why am I even here? Why did I show up with this collection of qualities? Is there a bigger purpose? So I go into some of that in great detail. And so while you might know that you're an empath, that you're a sensitive soul, and you might have some pretty good tools in your toolbox, I doubt that you've run across the perspective that I provide about why we're here. You may be a pretty good empath, you've accepted it, you recognize that you're sensitive, but you may have a pretty empty toolbox. Well, the whole second half of this book is practical, rubber meets the road tools, explanations, mindsets, all the things that you need to be able to apply in daily life. So yes, the first half of this book is this higher level perspective and the definition of an empath and kind of the history of the empath. But there is meat in this book because anything that I do, I'm always going to bring it down to the 3D level to make it practical. So if you want to understand your energy field more and learn how to clear your field and perform a good energetic hygiene, this book is for you. And if you want to understand more about boundaries, what they are, and how to enforce them, particularly saying no and asking for what you need, I include languaging of how to say those things, how to say no in different circumstances, how to ask for what you need in different circumstances. If you suspect that your energetic container is a little leaky, like, okay, I know I have an energy field, I can manage it, I can clear my field, but boy, I know I've got some leaks. This book is for you, because I talk about energy leaks, and I describe them in two different directions: energy leaking outwardly, energy leaking inwardly. So there's a lot of information there. So whatever your need is in terms of your toolbox, I talk about how to call on the feminine and the masculine aspects. I talk about embodiment. I talk about tools for reclaiming your sense of self, because what usually goes hand in hand with our ability to blend and merge with other people is that we have no sense of self. We don't know where we end and other people begin. And so we abdicate our own throne and drop our anchor in another person. And so we don't know who we are. We don't know how to stay centered in our own selves and grounded in our own experience and stay seated inside of our own sovereign throne. So lots of tools and mindsets and perspectives. So while I wouldn't say it's over your head, so to answer my friend's question, am I going to understand this? I said, yes, you are. And I'm probably going to introduce some concepts that maybe you haven't heard of before. And she's like, oh, that's great. I have no problem with that. She just wasn't sure if it was going to be spoken in a language that she doesn't understand. I try to make this very conversational and very relatable. In addition to everything that I've just shared, there are 8 guided meditations, like good, beefy, useful guided meditations that accompany this book. And inside of the book is the website to go to gain access to these 8 meditations. They're totally free, and they are really helpful for you to get your own sense of what's true for you. Like, they're guided meditations that take you through exercises so that you can start to play with your energy field and connect with the masculine and feminine and get a better sense of your own body and reconnecting to your body wisdom and other things as well, because the experiential piece is so important. So this book has a lot of stuff in it. And honestly, I'm not saying this just to try to get you to buy the book. Wherever you are on your journey with being an empath, whether you just heard the word today for the first time, or whether you're one of the front runners who's been doing healing work and spiritual work for a long time, there's something in this book for you.